Hey guys, it's Maxa here and welcome to a new season on the Young Team series with Motherwell Football Club on FM 19. You join us for our opening game in the 21-22 season. So a season before we get to the messed up schedule thanks to the World Cup. Dundee are our opponents in the opening day and it's been a very poor pre-season. We're already out of the Betfred Cup, we'll document that. For the first time in a while, we're actually in a good financial situation. We have sold a few players, so our overall balance is up to 1.5 million, with a good 2.5 million profit. Not quite the people I expected it to be, but there is still people out the door. Our wage budget at 44.7k. We are over that. That is more so because we have made some ambitious loan signings to cover them, and hopefully there's one more to come. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Dundee in that opening game of the season. We're going to document our first team squad and look at the ins and outs so far for us, the full league that we'll do in the next video after transfer deadline day. So, one player I try to bring in is Grady Diangana, however you want to pronounce it. I just feel like it's an ambitious signing, somebody that offers you that flexibility of being both a player that can play on the right and the left. We get a bit of competition, unfortunately, between the likes of Blackburn and Reading, but hopefully we can pull that one off, give us a good option. Jamie Semple's going to leave at 20. It sounds weird, but I believe at the level we're at Motherwell, they really need to be pushing in the first team at 19-20. So if I'm not quite at level desired, then I will be looking to punt them on. So lots of ins and lots of outs. Stick with the outs first. John O'Neill's out in loan, a young new gen, as is Stephen Dowie to Raith Rovers and Cameron Thompson to Cove Rangers. Richard Tate goes to Aberdeen for a fee up to 675 grand. Reason being, Tate is 31, he was going to be 32 in December, and I just felt like it was an opportunity to cash in on him and give one of the younger players an opportunity. So absolutely gutted to let him go, but I just felt like it's your one sale a season, and then you can start bringing in younger players. Peter Hartley went 12.5k to Lincoln. Pretty much had a bad game in the Betfred Cup, and I completely took the half with him for his mistake. So he was sold instantly to Lincoln. So it does take the average age of the squad down with a 30-year-old and a 33-year-old leaving, but it is what it is. Now in terms of our recruits, you can see we've spent a massive £2,000, but a lot of loans and free transfers. First one was Scott Wright. You can see there a nice wee inside forward, a good bit of pace about him, good bit of dribbling. There's a few mentals that could maybe be improved, but hopefully we can get the best out of him, give him a good 2 years, and then hopefully punt him on. Scott Tander comes in at left back, just really someone that offers us a bit of everything really. He can cross the ball, dribbling, maybe not the greatest in terms of tackling, mentals are okay. To be fair, I thought it would be a good deal, but the more I look at it, I'm quite worried that it's not the best player we could have brought in. Then because he's got a really, really long name, and because he actually looked pretty good, Tanawat Suengchitawan is in from St Etienne. Just felt the mentals were good. Offered us a shadow striker, someone that could play in behind, because Davy Turnbull prefers to play a bit deeper. So I thought it gives us that option in there and utilises a good player coming in on a free loan as well, because of our parent club. And the same again for Marvin Shubuabua, also from St Etienne. You can see there, tackling marking's okay, heading's good, a few mentals on the good positions, maybe lacking a bit of composure. Maybe just to work a bit on a few physicals, stamina, jumping, reach and balance, but he's strong, a wee bit of pace for a centre back, and he's only 19. And more importantly, it gives us a right-footed centre back when predominantly a lot of our centre backs have always been left-footed. Peter Clark Perkins is in. He was a £2,000 plus a sell-on clause. Just looks like he's got a good bit of potential in from the new Saints. Passing could be a bit more desirable, but there's a couple of ones there you can see the likes of his technique's good, first touch is good, mentals were good, physicals are okay, and I think it's someone that we can work with, hopefully develop him into a good wee player. The son of Uwe Rosler, I assumed. Now I'm not so sure, let's find out. I don't actually know, somebody can confirm. I'd assume because he was born in Berlin that he is, but you never know. I think it is, would make sense. Man City, Rosler, Man City fan is a boy as well. But he's in. I just felt like it was someone that offered a good bit of versatility, playing in all three, DM, midfield, centre and centre back, can also play as a right back. He's happy with the first touch. A lot of the technicals can be improved. Passing was good, tackling was good, work rate. It's a raw talent, I felt like, somebody that we could look at, improve, and again possibly sell them on. Next in from Bristol City was George Dowling. Again, it was just one of those ones where I just felt like he had a good base set of stats. Again, first touch passing, technique's good there. You can see mentally and physically there's a couple of 12s, 13s in there. And I just feel if you can work with him, expose him to first team football, he can be certainly someone that can come in and do a job. Mitch Clark was one I was really happy to get on board. He came in from Aston Villa, 5 caps for his national team as well. Seems like he's both happy to play on the right or the left back option. So again, you're pretty much replacing Tatey before we'd sold him. But a lot of good stats across the board. And again, game first team football, you expose him to that. There's no reason why he can't be a solid addition to this league. Pat Skelton's a new gen. He's in from Liverpool on loan. Just gave us a Curtis Main backup really. Finishing's okay, heading's good, a couple of good physicals, strength's up there, acceleration was good, that was another thing. So hopefully he's someone we can work with and develop. Also coming in loan of 2 ambitious ones before not deadline day, before the start of the season. I didn't really use them when I was at Leeds personally, but Apple Halm is in as a Finnish centre back, 5 caps for his country. Again, just gives us more depth at the back. You can see there's a lot of good stats that I'm happy with. Maybe could be a bit more aggressive, but the key stats for a centre defender, he seems to tick the box, at least to a decent level in the Ladbrokes Scottish Premiership. And the ambitious one we pulled off was Jens Odgaard. And you can see there just seems to be like a solid striker that will do alright. Mentals are good, physically seems to be okay. As long as it's in double figures, I'm usually quite happy. First touch could use a bit of work, but happy to see the stats like these finishings at 13. So I think there's a player there. And they can offer his opportunity again as a pressing forward, a poacher, or if need be, a target man as well. So hopefully he can be someone that can do us a turn. That's the thing, we look at the squad now. No players over 30, so that's worrying. If you go down to Scott Tanzer, you take out them, the rest is 24 and younger. So a lot of these guys that maybe will drop into reserve football or development under 18 football, just to give them a chance to, because I've kind of threw them in like I did last season. Maybe it's just throwing too many in too soon. We try to punt a few people in transfers, the likes of Ryan Brewster. Curtis Main was another one, just to try and, 1.4 million Curtis Main's that. If we could get anywhere near that for Curtis, it won't be going to Exeter for that price, that's for sure. And Ryan Hardy as well, because he's not really been starting. I'm hoping to bring up a new play style as well, but we're going to stick to what we've got just now. And if it disappoints, then we'll see how we go. So, first game of the new season, Mark Gillespie will be starting in goals. We're going to go with a back 4 that is going to see Mitch Clark at right back. And it's going to be a partnership of a debuting Apple Halm, and because of still not being sure with Shaluba. Right now I'm going to play them together, sorry, because the other one I was looking at was going to be Darren McHugh, but because of the suspension to Alan Campbell, I think we'll put McHugh in midfield. And left back, we'll go with Scott Tanzer. So midfield, we'll see McHugh sitting, and we'll have David Turnbull. And I think we'll play him alongside Chris Cadden. And we'll have Anthony McDonald on the right, Scott Wright on the left, and we'll go for a strike. I think we'll stick with Curtis Main. This means our substitutes for this one dive into the reserves because we don't have a sub goalie due to an injury, so it will be Robbie Hemfrey on the bench. You can see there's a few there that are potentials there, but it's going to take them a bit of time before they're first team ready. So a lot of the players you saw in that last episode, on the last day of the season, got the potential. Charlie Seaman will be on the bench. Charles Dunn as well, so bring him to fitness. George Dowling. Go with Ross Stewart. Odgaard, call him Odgaard to make us feel better. And I think we'll go with Ryan Hardy. I'm still not convinced with Scott Thompson. There's a player there, but I still feel like there's a few things he needs to try and sort out before we go with him week by week. So that's how we'll line up. I'll put McHugh as a halfback, so I feel like he could fill in that gap as well. And that maybe gives these guys a bit of an option to go a bit further forward. 2 inside forwards attacking with Main, and we'll change just Chris Cadden into a box-to-box. So positive formation, opening day of the Ladbrokes Premiership season for the 21-22 campaign. And we got off to a good start. remains to be seen. Two squad numbers, Echo Ham will be number 6 and Odegaard will be number 42. Because until the right player's available, we'll be pretty much keeping the number 10 shirt vacant. Of course, that we believe is retired by Motherwell in real life, but we've never officially confirmed it. So that's interesting already. 4 players in the lineup already new gens. We line up with none in the starting 11. It's going to be tight, it's going to be close, but it's a team we need to be beaten. And with Hamilton coming up to the division, with Hamilton, Ayr and St Mirren all in the league, we need to be hoping we can finish ahead of the 3 teams, and Dundee as well, I'd say. The teams we hope to finish ahead with Dundee United bottling the playoff. I believe it was Dundee that actually lost to in the playoff. So yeah. And Inverness obviously going down replaced by Hamilton Accies return to the Premier League for a short stint in the second tier. But very, very poor in the League Cup. Actually meant to document that, but we'll do it after this game just to show you how bad it was. But hopefully, as I say, we can get a win here. But the plan is to properly change up the play style. Once we get identify really what new gens are going to carry us to the next level, then we'll base a style between them and let them grow into it. So the problem is, as much as I want to keep pushing them through quickly, we do need to be getting results. This Scott Wright, the second goal of the season, good ball from Mitch Clark, and Wright puts it in the back of the net. So obviously the board weren't too happy last year with our finish. We are only aiming for a top 8 finish, is mid-table approximately we're looking at. So we don't need to worry too much as long as we do that. But we can't just keep settling for that. We do need to push forward. The aim is to win the league and eventually the Champions League. And if we're going to just keep ticking along like this, it's not ideal at pace. So hopefully we can do that as Halm is close. So we'll see what we do. We've already fucked up the League Cup, so the board wanted the quarterfinals already. They'll be unhappy about that. So we just need to try to win games, but of course introducing as many young players as we can. Here's Clark again down the right hand side. McDonald, Cadden, McHugh, Turnbull. Does anybody want to shoot? David Turnbull, of course. And he rifles that into the back of the net. So considering how bad we were in the League Cup, including losing to 2 sides at home, which is really, really bad, we've kicked on well here. I think it's just maybe been a case of the players have now had their 7 games under their belt, their friendlies and the League Cup games, now they're up to speed. Really, we'd only played 2 friendlies before the Betfred Cup had happened, and obviously players are still getting used to each other, and your business is nowhere near done by the time the Betfred Cup starts, but enjoy it. But just keep making an arse in this game for some reason. So far so good. They're playing a bit at the back, we're pressing. Oh, Clark maybe could have took that down. Roberts plays it in, and Tom Miller, his 4th goal of the season there. Bullet header, his first, I think it's his first league goal. But yeah, poor from Clark there, he just really needs to learn to head behind him and just take it on. Cadden, McDonald, oh, and he nearly scores a rasper. But he's someone we're especially looking to kick on this year. It's another year's experience in the first team. He's certainly someone that realistically in Football Manager should be playing at a level far higher than Motherwell. But I keep saying, I'm quite open to selling any player we've got that's of value. I just don't seem to be having any bids in for them. And of course, if we offer them out, we're not quite going to be getting the fees that we quite desire. So if we wait and hope that bid comes in, and it could be, Chris Cadden's valued at 6 million. If a club comes in with 6 million for Cadden, I sincerely doubt it, but you never know how the Premier League sides work down in England. And he could be looking, that secures Morrow's future for a long, long time. McHugh, Cadden, back to McHugh. Back to Cadden, McDonald, Curtis Main, Turnbull. Well, that was a bit of really poor if we lose a goal from this. Wow. Jack Waddle with a goal. Absolutely shambolic from us. Decision making in that midfield area was absolutely tragic there, which leads to the defence getting caught up. Obviously, I do play a high line. We've got certainly faster centre backs we've had, but that was terrible. And suddenly, all that good feeling seems to be disappearing. But anyway, here's Hal. Let's see if we can maybe get back in front before we have to make any changes. Gillespie. That's covered. Main nowhere near it. There's Blair Alston. Farquhar. Miller. We just seem to be very, very quick to... Oh my lord. Everything that can go wrong can go wrong. Back to Gillespie, no pressure, and he just punts it off the back of Miller. So their two new gens are having an absolute field day. We're wondering what the hell is going on in this Motherwell side, so I think the change in tactic will certainly be happening. Odegaard will come on, and we're also going to see Chris Cadden come off. He'll be replaced by Ryan Hardy. But the two up top there, Karen McKee will come in and just play as a ball-winning midfielder support. Obviously we're losing, so we do kind of need to go for it. And Odegaard will play as a target man there. Anybody else that really looks like they could come off. I just can't believe it, but as I keep saying to people, FM does this all the time. You know, you just need to learn it happens and try and let it get to you, and then hope you can kind of turn that around from here. So I've seen it happen so many times, but you can also see here the 6.1 in Scott Tanzer. I did say I was happy when the deal was done, and then the more I thought about it and just the way he was playing, I'm like, I don't know about this. Really cute. Odegaard. There's McDonald. All in. Scott Wright again. He's onside and it's 3-3. So at least one of our new signings is stepping up, and that is Scott Wright. And we're going to make our final change here. It's going to be our last 10 minutes for Charles Dunn. He comes on at left back as Tishabubua is booked. How many times are going to butcher that this season? I'm hoping we can push for a point. Problem is they have two extremely talented strikers that certainly can cause us lots and lots of problems. But the main thing is, if we can take something for the game, then it's better than what had been happening. So Turnbull's playing well, but nobody seems to be interested in him, which is worrying. And there's our first red card of the season, possibly. Is it only a booking? Nope, it's a red card. It always happens. It just seems to always happen with our team. We just seem to be far too aggressive. So that's another reason why I want to change the style up a little bit, because some of the tackling is very, very questionable. We'll put Odegaard in as a wide target man. But let's just see this out and take our point and run. Unless that referee blows a whistle. So interested to see if it is a red card. 3-3 in the opening day. More shots in the opposition, but you can see by shots on target and possession, a very, very even game. It was Tom Miller who just picked up the Man of the Match award ahead of Scott Wright for us. That's red card number 1 of God knows how many. So we'll say to the guys, positives for sure, just try and get the morale up, because, you know, so if you've got good morale, that's half the battle in FM. You can see go from there. It's harsh, that's fine, we'll appeal that. So again, another dodgy decision by a Scottish official. Some things never change. So before we depart, as I say, we're going to cover the League Cup. You see there a couple of friendlies. We lost 2-0 at home to Stenhousemuir. How? 8th in League 2. Absolutely shocking, and we lost to 2 Greg Hurst goals. It is what it is, tragic, but that's what happened. Good win against Queen's Park. We did take lead for an early on goal from Chris Gray before Mitch Clark scored for us, so that was good. Kind of rotated the team a little bit for that one. Absolutely shambolic match against Dumbarton. Dumbarton took the lead for Dean Brotherston before a late Scott Thompson goal. I rested Turnbull and a few others, so I can probably take a bit of blame on this one. We did win in penalties, but it meant we had to really go and win against Queen of the South and hope results went our way. We were absolutely shocking. Bua an own goal. Somehow, someway, Jonathan Biabiani, ex of Parma and Inter fame, has turned up at Queen of the South, and he scored an absolute rocket. Late consolation from Scott Wright, but we're pushing everybody forward, and just bad day at the office. That's the game where the 2 centre backs get subbed off, Songo and Bua. Hence how Lonsdale ended up playing centre back, and you had Rui Ruan as well. But poor show, and just mad seeing somebody like that playing for Queen of the South. Other career pan when you go Inter, Parma, Sampdoria, Chievo, Modena, Sparta Prague, Inter, Parma, Hearts. Queen of the South. It's just madness. So we'll see what happens. There is, of course, another 4 weeks of the transfer window to go, so we could maybe end up selling a few people, and then we could be in a good position with recruitment. But what we need to remember is the save is called the young team, so there's the emphasis in bringing the younger players through. So we'll be hoping to make the likes of Ross Stewart, Scott Thompson, Ben Smith, just from that crop of players. And then, of course, you've got the likes of Martin, Bircham, Arthur Donaldson, all these youngsters here. And of course, don't forget the core ones that are already here at the start. Your Chris Caddens, your David Turnbulls, your Alan Campbells, that have still got an opportunity. And because I released them, you can see that Jake Hastie turned up at Dundee United in the Championship. So interesting to see how he does there. I just felt like the game didn't let him develop to the rate that maybe he might in real life. But as always, cheers for watching, much appreciated. Hopefully we can crack on a good season here. Hopefully you'll join us for that ride. Until then, thanks for watching. Any thumbs up, deeply appreciated. Any comments, let us know how you're feeling about the new Scottish Premiership season. I think it might be about a month away by the time this video goes live. And yeah, thanks for enjoying the series as is the last run on FM19 before hopeful retirement and onto different games and other stuff in life. But yeah, thanks for watching, take it easy, see you next time. Bye bye.